Hey everyone, welcome back. Today on the stream, we are going to be doing some stuff on SubSquad. Primarily, there's two things that I want to get done today. Number one is I want to make the landing page dynamic, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. It should just be a fairly small change as far as pulling some data from the database and displaying it on the landing page. And then I also want to set it up so that if a new user signs up and either the actual sporting season starts soon or the ticket season admin has set a deadline, if that's soon as well, and I'm saying soon as within 7 days kind of thing, I want to give it a little alert that like, hey, like you've only got 7 days left, so make sure you make your picks soon. So why are we doing this? Right now, the landing page is updated manually, and I don't like doing that. And then we also want to make users aware that they need to make their picks soon because it'll make the whole kind of pick process easier. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to return the most recently added season data to our landing page controller. So within the season has to have been, or the season data has to have been added within the last 3 months. And we just don't want to return anything if the season has already started. And so what I mean by that is if we look at the landing page here, at the very top, there's like this little pill saying, new, the 2024 MLB season has landed. So right now that's just manually added. It's obviously not great. We want to make it so that it's more dynamic and so that every time the person loads the page, it'll show the most recent season, or if there hasn't been one added recently, it just won't show anything. So that's the first part there. And then for the second part where we're alerting new users about deadlines, we're just going to add some kind of notification to the join route if the actual season begins within 7 days or the season's admin has set the deadline to be within 7 days. So I don't know that this is going to be a very long stream today, maybe an hour, hour and a half. If we get chatting, I'm happy to go as long as we need. I've got all evening. I've got nothing else going on. I know the Oscars, I think, are tonight. So if people hop off to watch the Oscars, I totally get it. But yeah, let's just get into it. So right now, if we go into Alacrity and we go vendor bin test to dos, there are 4 to-do tests here. So we haven't written any tests here. They're just marked as to-do, just kind of empty tests. So we'll start writing the tests for the landing page first, and then do the new user registration stuff second. So we will say landing page test. And so it shows the landing page. So we just want to say respond yes and assert C text. Let's just get rid of this and say share your season. Undefined get function get, right, because we need to import that as a function. Okay, and so it is, because it's still marked as to do, so we can get rid of this. Now we should be able to run the test, and we have green. Okay, so that one works. So this is the bigger one here. Let's just get rid of the to-do part. And so it shows the most recent season added to the site. And in fact, I want to add a couple of more tests before we even go down this rabbit hole here. So we want to say it. So it only shows the most recent season if it, what did we say? If it was added within the last 3 months. And then we also want to say it does not show any, what are we calling this? New season info if the season that would be otherwise shown has already started. Okay, cool. So it shows the most recent season added to the site. So right now we want to say, so we want to have a season of something, right? So we want to say season factory create, yes. And then we want to say response.get assert okay, yes, we don't care about this. Assert C text, and we want to also we want to response assert C text, and I believe it's something like actually no, a season league name. Yes. Okay, so if we run this, okay, so name must return a relationship instance. That seems odd. Let's go take a look at our season model. Season name. It's a. So we want to go like this. Okay, so Phil shows us most recent. Okay, so it's not showing, right? Because right now it's not dynamic, so that makes sense. So if we say landing page, what is the controller for the home page? Home. So landing page, return view. Okay, so we're doing it right in line here. Okay, so what we really need to do is we want to say new season equals. We're just gonna create a scope of how we would like to see it. So we're gonna say season newest season. Okay, and gotta. Season, right? And yeah, so we want to go to the season model, and we're going to say, so actually, you know what? I want to make this even more landing page display. I want it to be super clear because this might not be obvious 6 months down the line why we have this specific scope. So we're going to say, no, that's definitely not what we want. Function, scope, what do we call it? Landing page display. I'm pretty sure we need to take in a copy of the builder. Yes. And that's going to return a, I can't remember what it returns. It's been a while since I've written a scope. Okay, whatever. We won't have a return type for right now. We'll go figure that out once we have to do PHP stand. And so we are going to say, so let's actually take a look at what a season actually looks like here. Yes. I'll just cancel this for now. Don't care. Okay, so let's just go here. Why is MySQL not running? DB engine, MySQL is most certainly running. Oh, why is there a password there? So that's for this, that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the season is going to have, and so we keep all of our seasons of all kinds here. And so what we really want to do is just basically take the most recently added one, because that's the whole point of this display is what's the most recently added season. So just basically the last entry in this table. So what we want to say is query order by start date descending. Yep. Actually, we just want to order by ID. ID descending. And then we also want to take first. And so if we we DD new season here, do we actually get what we are thinking we get? No, so it's returning an instance of the builder. Yeah, it's not returning an instance of the season. So what we really need is on the web, we want to have, I want to say first, and we want to get rid of this part. Now, do we get an instance of the season? Yes. Okay, so we get an instance of the season. So the next thing we need to do is actually say, so this web, because we can't, because we can't do the first. So what we're going to say is we're going to make this an entire new method. Show on, just go call landing page. Oops. Okay, and we're going to now go to the season, and we're going to say function landing page. And this is going to return a season. We're going to say, first we're going to say season equals this landing page display first. And then we're going to say if, so first of all, if there's a season, and so what is our first test? Actually, for right now, let's just return this. TDD it out. We're just going to return season. Okay, and so landing page is fine. I'm going to DD this, and we're going to with compact new season. I think that's the correct. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so does this pass now? No, because we still haven't added the dynamic part here. Okay, so we will go to right here. So this right here, this div, this is that pill that we're talking about. So what we want to first say is, and actually I'm just going to add another test here. It does not show the announcement pill if no seasons have been added. And so if we say expect, no, we're just going to do it this old way. So response equals get slash, and we're not going to add a season here. And we are going to say response assert don't see has landed. Okay, so right now that's going to fail because it's showing up every time. So what we want to say is now if new season and if, okay, so now that test should pass. Seasons cannot be called statically. Oh. Okay, right, because this is being called statically, so public static function. Okay. Okay, and of course I can't do this in a static call, so we're going to say self. Can we do that? Yes. Okay, so return must be of type season null. Okay, so season or No, I can't remember. Can we just do a... can we just do it like that? Is that a valid? Yes, cool. Okay, that test passes. Okay, so if there's no season returned, it's not going to be landed. Okay, so we can go back here now, and this is going to fail again because there is a season, but it's not dynamic enough to know what it's supposed to say. So what we really say now is the new season name, and then new season league name. And if I remember correctly, this should now pass. Didn't pass. Okay, why not? Name must be a relationship instance. Oh, did it again. Okay, so name. There we go. Okay, so now that passes. And in fact, I want to make this an attribute because I believe we're probably going to use that in the future. So Laravel, I can never remember model, whatever, getting started. And so there's a way to set is it attribute casting? No, it's not that. It's right here. Okay, so we basically want to create that attribute on the season model. We're going to make this do we want to overwrite this, or how do we want to do this? Because okay, you know what? For right now, we'll just leave it. It works. I don't feel like messing with it right now. Okay, so we have that passing test. So now it only shows the most recent season if it was added within the last 3 months. So we can copy this. And so we're going to say factory create, and we're going to say created at equals now sub months 4. And so we want to assert that we do not see that text or this text. So this should fail, right? Because we don't have that checking yet. Pardon me. And so close that. So we'll go back here to our check. And so what we want to do is we want to say, okay, so if the season, what was it? If the created at, season created at is less than submonths 3, return null. Yes. Okay, that test passes. Cool. And then it only shows the most recent season if it was added. Okay, yeah, that was the test we just did. Okay, cool. It does not show any new season info if the season that would be otherwise shown has already started. So basically what we're saying is if the start date is less than now. So we can just go like this, and we can say yank that and paste it, get rid of that. Okay, so if the if the start date is now sub day 1, sub day, because that's the singular. Okay, again, we also don't want to see it. So again, that's going to fail. And and we're going to have another if condition here. So if season start date is less than now, we also want to return null. So this should now pass. Okay, so we have a whole suite of passing tests. So now if we go into PHP stan, and it's going to complain about the return type on that one, possibly two functions. That's fine. We can fix that up. Okay, has no return type specified. Okay, so we want to go landing page displayed, and we want to scope query. Oh, too many query scope. I can never remember what they return. Generate global scope. No. Where is the local scope? Okay, so it returns a void. I was not aware of that. Okay, so we will go back here and we'll go to season and we will return a void. Run all the tests, those all pass. Okay, it does not show the announcement field if no season has been added. Okay, so this one is failing. So why is it failing? Attempted to read property created at on null. Right, okay, so if no season, we also want to return null. Okay, so that should now pass. This one is failing. Why is this failing? Shows the most recent season added to the site. Okay, so, and it shows the landing page. Okay, so that's fixed. That was just the issue with that. But why is this one not showing? Let's see, DD season. What is it creating for a season? Start date. Okay, so the created ad is fine. I'm wondering if it's just because it's happening so long, setting the time so long ago. So let's go look at the season factory and figure out why. Faker date time. Pardon me. Okay, well then, because this actually matters for these tests, let's actually set the correct both. So we're going to say start date equals now add day. Okay, so yeah, so we have passing tests for all of them. That's good. The last thing we want to do now is go back to PHP stan and make sure that we fixed those original problems of the return type. Cool, no errors. So step one, that's done. So we're returning the most recently added season data. It has to be within the last 3 months and do not return anything if the season has started. So those are done. So let's go back to here and commit these changes. So the model, the view, the route has changed. Okay, so make the new season pill on the landing page dynamic. Okay, awesome. And so what's our next thing? So we want to add the notification to the join route. And so I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, just to make it obvious what we're trying to accomplish here. So we're going to have to, it's going to take a second here. So if we go log in, I think I should be in here. Okay, so if we say we're going to create a season, we'll make it the flames for now. Defaults are fine. We're going to set the deadline to, let's say, Thursday, which is within 7 days, which is kind of the timeline that we're deciding. We're saying if it starts within 7 days, then it's going to be, you're going to get a notification. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to copy this and we're going to open a incognito window. And we're going to register GT example at example.org. Password. Okay, so right here, this this screen here, we've been invited to join, blah, blah, blah. We also want to have just some kind of quick notification that, hey, also, if you do join, you need to make your picks within X day because the deadline is blah, blah, blah. So let us go back to Alacrity and we will go into our join season test. So actually, new user registration test is where those tests are. Okay, so it includes an extra note if the season starts within 7 days, okay? And includes an extra note if the season's deadline is within 7 days. So I guess we'll just start hacking here. Let's see. How do we want to do this? So we want to say user. Okay, so we're going to say, we got to have a season first. And so we're going to say, it's been a while since I've had to go through this process. So we basically have to create a user to create a season first, because the season has to be assigned to the logged in user. So user equals user factory create. And we're going to be a little more explicit about this. We're going to say this is going to be the admin user. Admin. Okay, and so we're going to say ticket season. Why is my autocomplete not working? Ticket season. That's annoying. Okay, you know what? We're going to save this. I'll close out of here and just go back in. Course. Okay. Those are done. Okay, so I can go new user registration test. Let's try this again. Ticket season. There we go. Ticket season. Yes. Factory create. Do I need to do? Hold on. Ticket season test. How do I do this normally? Where's the before each? For each. Let's just yank this and then we'll trim it down. Let's go. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we don't even care about which team it is. Don't care about the season. We just care about that. Okay, so this admin, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then it's fine. Okay, so we have a season now, and so now we're going to have a user, like the one who's actually going to log in and see this message. Create. Wow. And so, in fact, what we need to do is we need to set the start date of the season. So actually, we do need to say season equals season factory create And we're going to say the start date is now add days 5. Sure. This is going to be the ticket. Oops. Okay. So, don't need the brackets. And I want... Okay, so we have a season, we have a factory, and I think we actually need to recycle. Recycle. We need this to be the season so that it actually attaches to the correct season. So if we say DD ticket season, start date should be within 5 days, just to make sure we've got the relationship working correctly. Start date, yes, 3/16. So yes, this is correct. Okay, so it's attached to the correct season. So what we want to now say is Livewire acting as user. Yep. I want to say Livewire test, and I do not remember the route, so let's go take a look. So there's going to be, okay, so join season is the name of the route. Oops. So we want to test the join season, and season equals season. That actually sounds correct, yes. And we want to say assert C. What's the text we want to say? Season starts in season starts within the next 7 days. Make sure to get your picks in before then. And find type Livewire. Okay, Livewire. Okay, so okay, so includes a note, unable to resolve dependency, invite code. Oh, join season. Yeah, okay, so it needs to take the invite code. Is that not what it's called? Oh, you know what? It's probably invite underscore code. Not assign string to property, join season of type, blah, blah, blah. So if you're going to the join season, should just be the invite code. Oh, right. Ticket seasons, if we go here. Yeah, it is an invite code. Okay, so what the heck? If we say DD ticket season invite code, is it not a string? It is a string. Okay. Oh. Okay. What's it complaining about now? Not assign string to property season of type ticket season. Why cannot assign string to property season? Okay, so ticket season, blah, blah, blah. So if there's no tickets invite code, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so where is it having the issue? You know, I love Livewire, but its error handling is less than helpful sometimes. Type apples. It doesn't tell you what line number it's happening on, which is super annoying. So we're just going to have to kind of bisect this. So let's say, oops. Is it getting that far? No. Okay, do we have to also do this acting as user? Probably. Let's go clear the cache here. So art view clear. Let's see if it's still happening. So it's not even getting here. Which is interesting. Why would that be? It's the mount method, so it should be called first before anything else. It shouldn't be happening down here because the mount method should be called before the render in the Livewire life cycle. Okay, so it's really not happy here. Does this need to be... Oh, I bet you it's this. Yeah. Okay, so we can delete that. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see where it's failing here. Okay, so an extra note, blah, blah, blah. Caused by season header. Just go into registration test. Tell us anything else. Ticket season 225. Ticket season 225. First game. Okay, so we need to have some games. Okay, so has games. Also 225. Okay, I think what we're gonna have to do then is go copy that entire thing here. Let's go like this. It's just D5D. Sports team can be imported. And this should be ticket season. And we'll say this ticket season. Oh, right, because we don't have game imported yet. Okay, so now we've got all the dependencies solved. That's fine. So now we actually have to get that note showing up there. So this can be closed now. This can be closed. This can be closed. This can be closed. And so now if we go to the view, join season. So let's create a new p tag. Oops. So we're going to say if the season start date is less than, is less than now add days 7. We want to show this. What was the text that we used? So what is it? To change that. Wow. Gotta use my keys here. What is it? DS, CS quote. Yes, no. Okay, so now if we go the season, do you have anything closer to this? Season league. Season league full name. So what this is going to say is like the National Hockey League season starts within the next 7 days. Make sure to get your picks in before then. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we can say yank that. And paste that in. And we're going to wrap that in double quotes, double brackets. So if we now run this test, attempt to read the property full name on null. Okay, so let's take a look at season. What are the relationships here? I'm probably missing a level. No? Okay, so what about league? League full name. So that is a thing. Season league full name. Attempting to read property full name on null. Let's just take a look. DD season. Maybe I'm misunderstanding or misremembering. So yeah, so it has a full name. The season full name season starts within the next 7 days. Season league full name season starts. Now I'm curious. I just want to comment this out for a second. It's still erroring. Okay, so it's this that. So why? Season league full name. So if we just do that and we go back to this page here, I need to read property full name on null. Let's just get rid of this for now. The season starts within the next 7 days. Okay, so why is this not showing this correct season? There should be some text above it here. Season league. Oh, because I betcha season is really the ticket season here. So if we go like this, now we refresh. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's why. So we can actually delete that. So it's really season league full name. So now if we uncomment this, just to make it look nice. Contains the blah, blah, blah. What is it actually displaying? Okay, so it is showing the league name there. Contains the blah, blah, blah. Season starts within the next 7 days. Make sure to get your picks in before that. Oh, it's because, okay, so let's just go like this. Because so the problem is that because this is being split onto two different lines, it's not seeing the same thing. Starts within the next 7, whatever. So now we have a passing test. Hooray, green check mark. I'm just realizing now that this has been very small. Apologies for that, guys. Okay, so zoom in there a bit better. Apologies for that. Okay, so that test is now passing. And so the next thing we want to do is we basically want to we're going to yank this whole test and we're just going to change one small thing about it. So we are going to say, season has league. So the season starts within 7 days. We want to say start date. Now add days 5. So this shouldn't affect the test here, but we're also going to say, because we want the inverse, we don't want it to show that message if it doesn't start within the next 7 days. So we're going to say it does not include an extra note if the season starts after 7 days. And days 8. And we will say assert don't see. And this should pass because we're already, so it's still showing up. The next 7 days. Okay, so if we go back here, if start date is less than now, add days. Start date is now 8 days. So what the heck? See, this is why we always write tests, because it's not always super obvious why things aren't working. does not include an extra note if the season starts after 7 days. Okay, so the season start date is 8 days from now, so this should not show up. So what the heck? Factory has league, create start date. Does it show up? Running notification service. Interesting. Say season. Oh, season start date. So this should now pass. That should now pass. Okay, so I was using the wrong variable there. Okay, so includes an extra note of the seasons if the ticket season, if the admin of the ticket season has set a deadline within 7 days, within the next 7 days. So this time we want to say factory create, and I believe it's just ticket seasons deadline. Okay, so we're going to say create deadline, now 5 days. The what do we want to say? The admin 7, sure. The admin of season, and this is the ticket season. Admin of, you know what, of the season. Okay. And we can remove this to do. Again, this is going to fail because it's not saying that yet. So we're going to go yank that, and that we don't even need open. This we don't need open. We're going to say a new if season deadline is less than now add days 7, and if, and we will wrap this in a p tag. Make sure to get your picks in before then. Okay, so that should pass now. And then, of course, we want to do the inverse. Paste, undo, because I don't want it there. Okay, it does not include an extra note if the admin of the ticket season has set a deadline after the next 7 days. And so we're going to say again, add days 8 and assert we don't see this text. That should pass. I just want to change that to be grammatically correct. So if we say, we run this, okay, so we should have passing tests across the board. So let's run our entire test suite and make sure that we haven't broken anything here. Cool. So we have a full passing test suite. Let's run PHP stand to make sure we haven't introduced any new type issues. And we are golden. So if we go back here, let's commit these changes. User registration test. Oh, that should have been added to the last one. Well, so we'll just say adding notice on new season join about deadlines. Okay, I believe that can just be, just go space and add adding import, doesn't matter. Let's revert, discard all changes. Okay, and I want to remove, what is that stupid? Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. What is that stupid DS store? It's not even showing up here. Okay, whatever. Okay, so if we go back into Vim, we can push those changes. Those should go live momentarily. I don't think there are any outstanding to-dos. If we go vendor bin pest to-dos, not tods. Pardon me. No tests found, so we have no to-do tests. So let's go take a look, because I'm kind of in the mood here. I'm happy to keep going here. Let's go take a look and see if there are any other issues here. This can just be deleted because it doesn't matter. Are there any other things we can do? Passwordless login system, that's going to take a long time. Can we add some kind of social interaction component? Administrator to make season public if looking for more people. That could be difficult because we're going to have to basically create an entire like marketplace, although I think maybe we could kind of start working on that later this week. Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, it's going to take some planning, and so that's why I don't want to do it right this second. But the idea is that if you have a set of season tickets and you, let's say, can't afford to do a full season, but you don't want to give them up because you kind of lose them, you can go and say, hey, I'm looking for someone for this team. And here would be your expected cost. Come join our group. So I think what I'll probably do is this week I will start kind of sketching out some ideas, because obviously right now this is the entire sketch, is just the suggestion from my friend. And then maybe later this week we can start hacking on some kind of marketplace that says, hey, these people are looking for people to join their season. So I think that's probably going to be it for today, because everything else is not anything I'm really interested in doing right now. Some of the stuff is just kind of thoughts that I've had to put down on paper. Yeah, so I think I'm going to call it here. This is a really successful stream. We can go back to Notion to kind of recap what we've done here. So we are now only showing the pill on the landing page if there's an actual, so like log out. There's nothing here. It's because I haven't added any new seasons yet. I think actually we can probably do that if we go to art, fetch MLB. I think we have the MLB season stuff. And so if we say art q work, so this should get all the details for the MLB season. So we'll let this finish. Just while that's running, we'll kind of continue reviewing here. And now if you're joining a season and the actual season begins within 7 days, or the season admin is at the deadline within 7 days, it will show a little notice saying, hey, you need to make your picks quickly. Otherwise you're going to get yelled at by your team or by your group here. So if we say refresh, why is that not showing up? Interesting. Season. Okay, so the start date. Oh, okay. So this is actually working, or probably would work. You know what? Let's just go like this. Art migrate fresh. So the reason this is happening is I just recently rebuilt my laptop, and so I had originally imported the MLB season, which worked, and then the second season that I imported was the NHL because I wanted a couple of different ones, and so the MLB wasn't actually the most recent one. So now if we refresh this, so the 2024, so it's not showing MLB. That sucks. Let's go fix that. See, this is why we write tests, why we actually test things. Okay, so if we go, what was the landing page test? Landing page test. So assert shows the most recent season add to the site. League. Oh my goodness. Full. Actually, you know what? No, I want this to be the short name. Okay, and then landing page blade. League short name has landed. Okay, so now, yes, the 2024 MLB season has landed. Okay, so that's the text that I want it to be showing. So, okay, so that works now. Okay, so yeah, we are basically done. This is a really successful stream. Only did about an hour. Again, like I said on the last one, I'm really enjoying these kind of shorter streams. I don't feel like I'm under so much pressure. And yeah, I think on the next one, we'll start working on this idea of kind of a maybe not a marketplace. I don't know what the right term is. We'll give that a bit of a think. But to basically allow administrators to say, hey, I have season tickets. I'm looking for more people to join our group. Come on and join. So yeah, thanks for joining. If you haven't already, if you can follow me on Facebook, youtube.com/@nexay_dev. If you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/nexay. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you can give this a like, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I will see you later this week. Catch you later.